Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Big Chonis here. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Big Chonis. These are all my best ideas. I take technical analysis very seriously. I'm a crypto trader, an investor, a mentor, a chart psychologist. Please do your own research. Guys, we have some very volatile movement right now in the price of Bitcoin. I wanted to come live with you guys and talk about this move and what's happening and what this setup has basically been telling us. We're kind of just start with the very quick current price action. I'm on the 5 minute chart here. I'm on Bitfinex, massive money flows. Okay, on this bear break. Okay, we just dropped $400 in the 25, 30 minutes here. I mean, this is a big volatile move, the one that we were kind of expecting for several days, the one that is begin to play out. And is this the sign that this move, this real big move that we've basically been waiting for, is this the beginning of it? So current time frame here, we just had two nasty 5 minute back-to-back candles here showing this very big dump in price. And we're also seeing quite a bit of arbitrage in terms of our price action. We're actually seeing exchanges over $100 off in the price of Bitcoin, which is definitely notable here. So let's now we looked at the quick view here. We're kind of just zoom out on our daily chart here. Okay, now we were talking about putting in lower highs, putting in higher lows, breaking down from that right now, this current candle. Now we know what happened in today's US stock market, right? A huge bearish candle, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P, just across the board. Bitcoin held up through the day. You knew this was coming. You knew something bad was coming. There's no reason why Bitcoin and crypto is kind of break bullish when the overall stock market is basically falling apart right now. So what we're having is this moment here where we're breaking through these supports that have held for several weeks. Okay, now this daily candle has kind of set the tone for, well, the next of October here. Okay, now we have broken bearish. Okay, but the wick on this could be incredible, just incredible. If bulls feel there's a value at this price point. Now we got as low at currently on Bitfinex around 63.30 something. I know on other exchanges, okay, like Coinbase, we got 62 something. Okay, so again, we're still at 61.41. Wow. So we had a big divergence there of almost a couple $100 between the low we had on Coinbase. Now that's interesting. Coinbase is mostly used by US people, and that's showing kind of the lack of market right now, the lack of bullishness, the lack of real conviction in the U.S. market in terms of crypto right now. And Coinbase has been a barometer of that. And let's even do a comparison here. Let's bring up our dual screen. We do have that technology here at the Big Chonis place here. Look at this here right now. On Coinbase, we're at 62. Bitfinex 63. Wow, complete $130 right now differential between the two. And listen, the Coinbase indicators, everything from the RSI, geesh, to the Stoke to the MACD, had already crossed bearish, whereas Bitfinex was lagging. That's the Stoke until right now. There's the cross. And listen, we just did 21 days of a histogram. I just put a quick video out on it that just basically says we don't stay bullish this long. And boy, do we break bearish in this move here. So let's go back to our daily here. And we're watching. Now, listen, we're going to get oversold short term. You're going to find these short term bounces here. Okay. Let's take a look here at our 15-minute. We're going to get in tight here. We're looking for oversold on our RSI. Look at our 15-minute RSI. It's at 5. It's at 5. I mean, oh my God, it's at 5. We got to go back when let's see here. We had a 6 on September 5th here. This is a 5 on the 30-minute here, 15-minute. Oh my God. So listen, you might find some stability in this extreme oversold moment here, short term. Okay, but listen, you got to watch. Wow, oh my God, our OBV fell off a cliff there. That was a big dump. That was a big dump in the price of Bitcoin right there. Look at this hourly candle here. Okay, we're only 20 minutes into this hourly candle here. Okay, so we're going to watch. We have 40 minutes to see this hourly candle here. Listen, you had an hour. You had this hour. They had the previous hour, okay, the 8 p.m. East Coast hour to basically see the writings on the wall here, okay? And boy, did it show up with conviction here. Geesh. All right, hey, quick check here. Hello. Hello, who's in the chat room tonight? Who's in the chat room tonight? Justin Dart, Joel V, Pat Can, Adrian Foley, S. Swartz 88, Joel V, hello, Jane. Robert Jib Sonic, Drew Hammond, Josh Barre, Robert Long, Adrian, Derek, Jonathan. Hello, guys. Hello to 154 of my closest friends tonight joining me on this pretty amazing move here, bearish move here we're watching in the price of Bitcoin. Guys, this is the hourly chart here. Okay, look at the hourly. Our RSI hourly 16 has running room to fall here, okay? Has running room to fall. This is kind of we're kind of watching here. These short-term bounces, how much they're bought off, but this is the trend-changing candle here. This can be a trend-changing candle if we don't get this big scoop up here. I mean, everything is breaking down. And again, today's stock market momentum here is kind of an example of what happens when things just decide, you know what, the market decides, I'm out. I'm just out. I mean, look at this. Let's do a comparison here. I just got to pull this up here because this was kind of the writing on the wall. SPX of what happened today in the overall stock market. I mean, look at that. Similar candle. I mean, granted, this is the daily. All right, this is our hourly here. Let's go to, actually, no, sorry, this is our 6 hour. I mean, very similar candles. Look, we're putting in an S&P candle right now on Bitcoin here. Now, remember, we get Thursday and Friday left in this candle here, okay? So we're kind of watch our retest, and this is where we're going to start to see potentially some buyers coming in is our purple line here. Okay, look at our daily. We're outside of our Bollinger. We're currently outside of our Bollinger on our daily. Going to hide that for just a moment here. Look at 57.61. Okay, then we had a higher low, 58.73. Okay, then we had a higher low here at 61.12. We can still put in a higher low than 58.73. Okay, and still keep the uptrend going. You break 58.73 on a wick. You break 57.61 on a wick. Oh boy, we have lots of running room there left to fall. Remember, we are still bearish here, and we're going to watch this inflow here. Look at this is the daily candle. We're almost reached yesterday's entire candle. We're an hour and a half currently into this candle here. You know, this is a brutal move here. This is that scary point where the market might feel like, oh my God, we're kind of fall off this cliff here. I'm going to get out. And this is a potential capitulation beginning of Bitcoin if we don't keep putting in these higher lows here. So what are we watching for short term? Let's go back to short term because, wow, we're going to have some volatility. Look at this volume here. Look at this volume. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Okay, so look at Bitcoin dominance has increased a full percentage point, 53.3. Okay, we kind of watch here. We kind of see volumes over 4 billion. Okay, 3.5, 3.9, 3.6, 3.2, 3.6, 3.8, 3.8, 3.9. Last time we broke 4 billion was October 1st. We are well on our way to breaking that and then some today. Okay, so Bitcoin's taking a lot of money right now out of the market. How are other coins responding? LTC, oh my God, LTC 51. We're back to the 50s here. Look at this. Look, we just dropped $7 in an hour. Are you kidding me? Crypto Twitter is preparing all their charts, aren't they? All their bear break charts. You know, a lot of Crypto Twitter was bullish on this. You got to admit that a lot of Crypto Twitter was looking for these breaks, looking for this alt season here. We know what happens when Bitcoin breaks bearish. Everything falls apart. Look at Bitcoin Cash right now. Look at this candle on Bitcoin Cash. This was, oh my God. I mean, we're still holding that higher low long term, but this has to get bought up here or this can fall so much more. Okay, remember, now we're in this short, oh my God, look at that Bitcoin there. Look at the Bitcoin. We're testing 6K again on this current candle. Zoom in on the 45. Wow, look at this volume here. This volume is nuts. We're so okay. Now we're going to start to bring in our Bollingers here. We're going to go to higher time frames. I'm going to start with my 4-hour. Whoa, look how low we are from our 4-hour. This is going to spread these guys really wide here. Remember, this can wick out for a while outside because of how tight our 4-hour is. Let's go to our daily. Okay, we're through our daily. We're way through our daily here. Coinbase, we're getting low on Coinbase, almost 6K area as well. This is where exchanges are trying to they're trying to defend. The whale calls are going nuts. Oh, let's look at longs and shorts. Let's look at longs and shorts. Let's see what's going on in longs and shorts market. Let's do a comparison here, guys. BTC shorts. Yeah, okay, so Bitcoin shorts. Here we go. They're rising. Shorts are rising. Hot chick just walked by. There we go. We're retesting our upper BB. We'll go Bitcoin longs here. Okay, now they've been falling the past 2 days here. Okay, right now there's a little entries taking right now. There's a little longs being taken at the very. Let's go into much tighter here because this must have been just happening. Yeah, this is happening in the last 30 minutes here. There's actually a couple scalping right here. A little entries trying to take this 6K here. Premiums are rising. Yeah, I'm 200 on Bitfinex according to Hard Target. Hungry 101, what's up? Georgia Sire, Dirty Money Music, Drew Hammond, Ape Man, Z True Fear, Mario Espinoza, hey bud. Daniel Lee, what's going on? Brandon, Joel, Thomas, thanks for joining me tonight. Hey Josh, hey listen guys, this is some incredible volume here. So watching our longs here, the longs are loading up here, shorts are loading up here. Ooh, this is going to be dicey. Let's go back to our daily. Let's go back to Litecoin. Quick look on Litecoin here. We're seeing that first sign of a little wick here. Go back to the 5-minute. Look at shorter time frames here, okay? Buyers coming in. Remember, we're so oversold. Watch that RSI. Look at that RSI got to 4. Okay, on a low time. Remember, low time frames are less meaningful, but look at that. When multiple time frames confirm a very low, 8 on the 15-minute, 6 on the 30-minute. So listen, Litecoin went super bearish, super quick, 45.7, okay? So there should be some oversold support here if Bitcoin can find that same support as well. ETH has retested 200 again. Where we bottom here? 199 on Bitfinex. We must have gone lower on Coinbase, right? 195 here. Okay, so we're watching this buy. Our buyers coming in. Is this a bargain right now? I mean, short term, we're seeing crazy oversold on low indicators, but people, we just dropped $600 in the price of Bitcoin. Look at MEX here. Let's go to MEX. Let's take a look at the MEX. MEX. Let's go. Okay, who was leveraged short? 100x, right? Pull up our inverse swaps here. Oh, come on. This is not good. Look at that. Bitfinex. Sorry, BitMEX. BitMEX is having a problem right here. Come on, there we go. A lot of volatility, I bet. Wow, if this thing goes down, look at that candle there. Look at that candle in the 15-minute in BitMEX here. Look at that wick. Now, we've been watching this put in a lower low from earlier. Wow, from all the way back into September there. Well, look at this BitMEX, even on the non-account there, is struggling there. A lot of volume going on right now. Geez, we haven't seen a candle like that on MEX since early September here. I mean, this is significant still. We got to watch the buy up though and see if bulls can step in. This is nasty though. We just broke $600. So we're kind of see some short-term bounces here, okay? We're really oversold on a lot of indicators, okay? So a couple bucks here and there is probably scalpers, okay? Scalpers coming in. We're watching the wick here. I'm on Litecoin's hourly. Let's go in deeper here. We're watching the stability at 50, 51. Litecoin is trying to defend once again Ooh, that's strong. A little tequila tonight. What else we got here? Look at these alts. Look at these alts just getting crushed right now. What else we got here? What else we got here? Remember, GBTC, I put a tweet on this earlier today. This has been kind of a precursor to a bearish break. This is an OTC traded stock. This is it trades at a premium to Bitcoin, but it broke bearish, similar chart to Bitcoin, but it broke bearish the past couple days here, and had some pretty bearish fall through earlier today. People that got out of this right now, at least, are sitting pretty, because tomorrow this should gap down pretty nasty if we keep holding this bearish momentum here. So here's our bounce here. We're watching a little bit of a bounce here because we're so freaking oversold. But again, guys, keep this tight. I mean, keep this scalp here tight. You know, we're way below. Look how much we fanned out here on our EMAs as well. You know, this is significant. This is scary. Again, it's about faith. This is going to scare people away. I don't care, how bullish you are. This move here is going to scare people away in the short term unless this can be bought up. Watching it Ripple here. Ripple's Binance wick here. Remember, so we're seeing this bought up here. Well, we still got a half hour to go. Let's see how we closed here with a wick, and we're still getting a rejection on the 200, on the 30. Okay, so we're finding our little pop in stability here, but man, we broke through a lot of supports on a lot of time frames. And this currently is going to screw up a lot of counts. Now remember, this can be a real fake out. Okay, this still can be some sort of a bear fake out, where we're kind of dump one more time. We're kind of just stop loss, just flow through everybody's stop loss. Okay, we're kind of watch this buying opportunity, one more buying opportunity, and then we can move forward. But after today's really bearish move in the U.S. equities there, unless that was a moment where we can find stability, this can continue to fall. The next 2 days in U.S. equities is kind of say a lot about Bitcoin here. Listen, Bitcoin can take down a lot of the momentum that we have been creating in a lot of our altcoins. We've had some great runners. Let's take a look here. What's going on with alts? Anything moving here against the wind? What the hell is this? TIX, Bittrex, a little Bittrex pump there. Anything with a high market cap? Anything with a high market cap? Doggy Coin still holding 85. Let's look here. What's crashing? Yeah, DMT. This one was a huge mover yesterday. Crazy wick there. I mean, do you see a pattern here? Crazy wick, crazy wick. This was a load up here. This is just right now, at least. I mean, just this one got loaded up and pumped big here. Very strong pullback. We're watching to see if any alts are showing divergence. Ripple, look at this. Okay. Oh yeah, this happened yesterday. I remember somebody pointing out this Kraken wick here. On Ripple, where it broke bearishly here. Let's look at IOTA. Again, we're watching this major bear break on our high cap coins, and we're watching for some sort of a buy up or follow through, and some sort of a people feeling that this is an area where there's value on the price of Bitcoin right now. Let's go back to Bitcoin here, guys. Okay, because listen, it's running the show. Okay, we're watching Litecoin. Again, here's our bounce here because we're so oversold. We're so outside of the extreme on many indicators here. Okay, so we're seeing this short-term bounce. Let's go. You know what? Let's stay on Stamp. I can deal with Bitstamp here. Okay, so look at, we're way outside our Bollingers there. Now, I'm kind of get rid of my BBs there because we know we're super outside. I'm going to go my 6 hour. Kind of auto us up here. Okay, so let's draw some lines here and figure out what just happened and where we found support. Oh, look at that. That's right, I had this line of support. On my Stamp, we still had a couple days left here, right? We still had couple of weeks. Now listen, because of this bear break here, I'm going to adjust my lower support to here. But now I have to extend my upper resistance to here. So right now, on our stamp daily, we are still finding an adjusted support line overall, while our apex gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Yikes. And again, we've crossed bearishly with this move currently on our EMAs, which we had fought so hard to cross bullishly here. I want to go to my weekly here, because what we're looking at is... let me get rid of my crayons here. Hold on one second. All right, guys. So listen, I'm still here, just checking here. So look in the weekly chart. Once again, our EMA 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks here of resistance on our EMA 12 has broken us bearish. Where are we still finding our higher low, though? Are we still finding a higher low? We are still finding a higher low. Look at that. If you look at our support here, our support here, and our support here, we're actually still holding that higher low. Let me go to a different exchange here. Coinbase. Yeah, you know what? Let's just stick with XBT, BTC. Why not, right? Let me go. Where's my XBT? There we go. All right, so we're still in this dead cat bounce here because of how oversold we are, watching some kind of buy up here if the market feels this is actually a value area to actually get bought up. This was a big move, guys. I mean, this is a big move here. This is a big move. This is one of our biggest moves here. Okay, now Ethereum, we bought them at 200. We're up $5. We're up $7. You know, we're kind of flirting here. Again, we're resetting our substantially oversold indicators on low time frames. RSI, Stoke, MACD, OBV, Chalkin, Squeeze were all super oversold on low time frames, way outside our Bollingers on low time frames, up to and over an hour, you know. So we can take a little respite from this move here. This move was probably a reaction to, again, what happened in equities we had in earlier today in the U.S. stock market. So guys, here, listen. When these giant moves happen in the price of Bitcoin here, I like to get some help. I got Cheds. I called him on the phone. He is on location at an undisclosed area, but I got him on speakerphone here. I just want to get some of his thoughts here on Bitcoin. He's kind of just talked us through on what he's seeing on his end of this very big move after what seemingly has been a very long time of this kind of rising wedge of stability here. We basically have broken through all our lower supports. Cheds, thanks for joining us this evening. Say hello to 260 of our closest friends in the chat room tonight.
Hi, Mom.
What?
I was just listening to your show. You were doing a really good job. So it's interesting hearing you talk. I mean, I just put out a tweet. I just put out a tweet. It's kind of like a brutal breakdown from all that consolidation on Bitcoin. I'm just looking at the daily chart. I'm looking at the candles, right? I'm just on my phone, Binance app. I don't need, oscillators up, no RSI, nothing. It's like brutal breakdown. Look at all that consolidation, weeks. And I put out an initial shields up call on the second, because there was kind of like that small triangle consolidation that you and I had talked about, and it broke that. And remember I told you that rising line, we talked about how it was support and then it's been resistance. I was looking for a close above.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that kind of held true, right? So based on the initial break of that was the signal, and now is the payoff. You see it, you were kind of either shorted on that or kind of taking your profit on that signal. It turns out that was a good signal. So this move now is verifying that kind of signal that you and I talked about in our video last night even, remember?
Do you think today's really bearish move in the overall U.S. equities is kind of a precursor almost as well to what you're seeing here in this market?
No, There's different stories. I mean, somebody just told me ETF denied. Is that true? I mean, it's just a news-driven event. I don't think it has anything to do with the Dow moving. I mean, Bitcoin's Bitcoin. It's got who knows why it moves. You and I haven't figured it out yet. We'd be retired.
Well, okay, so let's talk about where we are right now.
Yeah.
Like Litecoin just dropped. Big money there. We're starting to see a little buyback there. Ethereum dropped. We're 10% in
Oh,
like an
53.
hour.
What are you looking at? Hour chart or 15? What are you looking at
Well,
right
I
now?
guess my
30?
my question for you is: are these bounces that we're expecting to see because of we're so oversold on a lot of short-term indicators, or 15-minute or 30-minute or hourly even?
Okay.
Um, when is a dead cat bounce not a dead cat, and when is it more of a buying opportunity? Because now we can buy.
Those are two completely different topics, right? So a dead cat's not a dead cat is when it breaks prior the initial resistance of the first bounce,
Mhm.
right? So that's that. And then when is it a buying opportunity? What's your criteria? Because I'm sitting there watching 12-hour charts, and I know you watch the 1-minute charts. So let's be honest. So it's like you got to figure out what's your thesis. Are you a 4-hour trader or 1 hour? If you're looking for an oversold bounce here, okay, for example, let's say a standard breakdown forms like a bear flag, big Chonis, right?
Okay.
Or even
Yeah.
a bear pennant. When you have kind of the bounce off the bottom and the top of that channel, there's still a channel within a consolidation pattern. So if you want to try to play that, and even if you think it's going down, maybe you want to play that. What is an A B C D E or 1 2 3 4 5, whatever it is inside that. You know what I mean? So if
So
that's how you want to play it, you can play it that way based on your time frame. I don't know if it's oversold yet. I'm sitting here watching a 12-hour
well,
chart.
okay. So
I'm
hold
thinking
on.
to myself,
Let's
huh?
stick with that. You just said I don't know if it's oversold yet, and that's kind of the great question here. What are
Yeah.
we watching for? Are we watching for the size of the wick on these time frames here? When do you get more convinced that there's a stability put in the chart, and that there maybe might be feeling that, okay, we just broke really bearish here, but maybe we're able to find some stability in these areas here? Or do you really feel that this could be just the beginning of a much more substantial bearish break?
We need like a good 3 or 4 days
Okay. Okay.
from now to judge what just happened
Yeah.
because you have to see, are we going to form a 2 3 candle type combination, right? Are we going to form some type of a bullish engulfing? Are we going to do a bullish harami?
Mm-hmm.
Or do some kind of weird bottom thing? Who knows, right? I was stepping back in the macro and thinking maybe we can form like a nice double bottom on Bitcoin because we had that nice sort of double bottom. My phone's having trouble loading right now. But I was thinking, even if we pull back,
Yeah.
we still have some support at like 5,900. Like the weekly chart's still good. Everything you and I have talked about, like this move doesn't change necessarily what you and I have talked about on the weekly chart.
Yeah.
And if you look at the video I did on YouTube, and you and I did that thing for Bitcoin Live, I'm
Yep.
pretty much like bullish long term, but I was short term bearish because you saw the break from that trend line.
We had been drifting sideways for several days. We were putting in lower highs, putting in higher lows. This bear break kind of changes this narrative. For the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
from mid-September to where we are now, that was our trend, getting tighter, getting tighter. This bear break is happening now. We're so early, right, into this day. We've just started the day. We got 22 hours left for this candle to complete. I do feel that tomorrow's U.S. equities action and price action could set a stage for a continuation in Bitcoin.
I don't. I'll just take the complete opposite. Just in my, it doesn't feel right. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I just think Bitcoin's it's in its own orbit.
Well,
I don't necessarily think. I mean, who knows what the market is going to do, and I don't think that's going to have anything to do with Bitcoin. Look at the lag effect. There was like 3 or 4 hours after the market closed before this started to break down.
yeah, and it was interesting to see how they kind of closed that candle there. It was another.
But let me just finish this point. If it was a psychological stampede effect, like it runs for the exits, it would have happened when the market was open. Because the same traders would be panicking within all their positions. You see what I'm saying?
If the cycle at this point is suggesting that we're breaking bearish, that there's no faith in 6,400, 6,500,
Right, not
66.
anymore.
That's the point. Not anymore. Right. It seemed like, okay, we're holding
Yep.
and then in an hour we break through what it took us 2 weeks to build up.
So listen, everyone, look. There's two levels, right? There's the like, I want the nut best price, and then there's the universally agreed upon. Hey, we're loading at 6K. It's like the whole meme of like, like, oh, I'm buying Bitcoin at 6K. That's the next bottom.
Yeah.
So there's levels within that bottom, right?
As a trader, okay, we're looking for, if you're a scalper, okay, volatile moves can be really good trading opportunities. Things you might be looking for now come sort of like divergences, RSI, that kind of thing. Um, at this point, I'm just seeing this move now as just scalping opportunities. And in no way do I feel we have determined that we're out of the woods, if you will. This was an epic move. We put, I use the term sometimes, moves outside of the standard deviation. When we talk about our Bollinger Bands and whatnot, we're way outside of our Bollingers. But we've been tight on time frames from our 4 hour to our hourly to even our weekly. Our BBs have been very tight, so we can almost allot for moves that seem extreme but are actually allowed because of how tight everything is.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't be surprised because
Yes.
we've been expecting a move one way or another based on the pinching Bollingers.
Yeah, and listen, with the stability of Bitcoin, right? We've allowed alts. Alts have popped. Okay, we've crossed the board. We've seen some really nice moves in altcoins, right? Based on the stability of their charts that were allowed to happen because of Bitcoin's overall stability. Now with this bear break, I mean, again, alts are just taking it across the board. And remember, alts are pegged to BTC. I know there's a USD pairing, but in the end, it's Bitcoin runs the show.
Is anything holding up right now? I mean, you've got the whole. Can you scan it?
I can. I was looking for. There's a couple things that are looking a little bit better. Okay, so
what's
all right.
ZRX doing right now? Is ZRX also falling, or is it holding up there?
So that's a great question because we've seen ZRX rumors kind of push away here. We're down 5%. We're finding a buy up of this break a little bit on the wick.
I like the consolidation pattern on it. Like it looked healthy to me, but I'm wondering if Bitcoin's pulling it down.
I'd also mention Dog eCoin, okay, which has been holding in the 80s. This is what kind of started our bull run in September of some altcoins and whatnot. You know, this thing happened to blast off, and it's been amazing how it's held this upward trajectory here. Okay, so
people are holding. Everybody who bought lower, they're still holding.
But remember, you're gonna find bearish divergence on any alt you hold, more or less. If Bitcoin,
you hold. My alts are all going to the moon.
Oh, you got the ones, right?
Yeah, man. You know it.
Hey, listen, let's take a break here. I want to just reach out to a 274 of our closest friends in the chat room here. What's up, Tone Low, Kunji 101, Hybrid, Rick, IG Guy, Sculpture Smith, nice Gibsonic, Alex Yeti. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me and Big Cheds. Remember, you guys can follow Cheds on Twitter. He's at Big Cheds. We're watching, guys, together this pretty epic move right now in Bitcoin that we've been kind of expecting for such a long time. And listen, to this moment, this hour, geez, the past hour is kind of where the dam broke. And that's we're kind of watching it here with you guys in this fashion here. So again, we're kind of just quick recap here. Bitcoin broke bearish. Okay, we're seeing extreme oversold on certain time frames up to an hour or even more. Okay, so we're seeing a short-term bounce here because of that, but there's nothing yet that is suggesting we've found any stability. A couple coins are holding up a little bit better than others. But remember, Bitcoin runs the show. We're also seeing spreads of over $150 now in different exchanges. Coinbase 161.50. Arbitrage, yeah. Binance 6,300. I mean, $150 in the price of Bitcoin. Let's move some Bitcoin around, make some money, right?
I know, right?
But it's
does it move around quick enough?
I know, right? It's easier said than done. So, Cheds, any thoughts now? Well, anything else you got on your mind here?
Hey, a lot on my mind. I want to know what you're doing doing? Like, are you trading? I know you like to trade Litecoin probably the most, or I know you've been moving some Bitcoin.
So we were all looking to see which of the coins are basically poised to have the best moves. Remember, Bitcoin stability has allowed a lot of coins. You know, ETH, EOS, alts to really have a much higher percentage gain than Bitcoin has. So we've seen opportunity more so in Bitcoin and other coins other than Bitcoin. Um, right now, I gotta be honest with you. Today's stock market movement, I tweeted this earlier. Like
Yeah.
this was a move. This was a move,
What
and
happened? What I don't understand. Was there a trigger to it? Oh, interest rates, right? Is that what it
well,
is?
okay. So the Fed has basically suggested they're prepared to raise rates to kind of um, equalize the market and be more prepared, have a little more powder in their belt for
But
when
is it
they
different
actually
than the
do
plan
have
they
to.
had like under the last administration? You know, they laid
True, but they're
out
also
like a
trying to
multi-year.
slow down the chance of inflation here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also more so than that. I mean, we've had a bull market in equities, U.S. equities, pretty much since
Uh huh.
2008, and there's a lot
Yeah.
of there's a lot of charts that are showing what happens when this happens. Also, let's acknowledge here, October historically in the
Yeah.
stock market is by far the most volatile month. Okay, so this was kind of telegraphed in the chance of basically happening that we are going to see much more volatility coming in October, and sure enough, it's happening. Now, listen, I see crypto as a riskier asset than
Mm-hmm.
traditional equities. So because they're breaking bearish right now, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see Bitcoin and crypto as a safe haven for money flow. I see
Safe haven versus what?
versus cash right
The
now.
Petro or something.
Versus cash versus, I mean, God, Tether is cash in crypto, all right,
Right.
but we're seeing the potential of another Tether test of stability. A lot of ripples in the market this past week. Stuff with the exchanges, Bitfinex having to defend their solvency. Um,
BitMEX or BitFinex? Which one?
Bitfinex, BitMEX having computer issues once again and still
Yeah, yeah.
showing. Uh,
People always make fun of them, right? They're like, I feel like they're the most made fun of all the exchanges for some reason.
and they're also kind of an example of why I feel an ETF is not ready because of the manipulation and the other wild west free reign of the market and the
Yeah.
manipulation. Now, guys, on these short-term bounces, we're seeing these initial scalps. Okay, scalpers are taking quick profits here. Litecoin touched 50, bounced to 53. Okay, wicks on both directions. Profits are being taken on these quick scalps. Remember, the first scalp can be the easiest money made. Oversold, overbought, coming back together, but still, you
How do
gotta
you know
watch
though? I
this.
mean, just guessing, or is it like the RSI sub 30 or what? Like
Oh, dude,
what?
RSI's on up to the hour, up to the 15, 30, 45. We're at like 7, 8, 9. They were sub 10
Oh,
on,
really?
oh, super
Jesus,
low.
that's pure probability. That's just
Super
beautiful.
low. So we're just seeing, yeah, okay, so 15-minute RSI went to 8. Okay, it
Oh.
popped to 20. You know,
Yeah,
hourly.
15 minute. You can go 15-minute in those situations, and
Right.
I think it's usually pretty accurate right when it's happening. Does that make sense?
When I'm scalping, I like to do 15 minutes to the 5 minute. Look for a little bullish
Oh,
divergence.
no, I can't do 5 minute. I just can't do it.
Bounce the 1 minute to the 3 minute. Do the tick by tick, second by second.
Of course.
All right. So, hey, quick shout out to Kevin R., Chase, Valentine. What's up, Crypto League? Ian Gabos, Billa Great. Hello, everybody. Hello from Belgium. JWow, 255 of our closest friends, guys. I'm Big Chonis. I'm joined here by this evening by my buddy Big Chens on speakerphone. Um, he is from a remote location, also monitoring this pretty dynamic price action we have in crypto, Bitcoin, alts across the board here. What else can we look at here? We're looking at, let me just refresh crypto market cap 53. Okay, we're still at Bitcoin dominance, has risen slightly. Look at our volume here. We're well over 4 billion now on our volume. What do you see there, Chads?
Well, I mean, let's see here, buddy. I'll go to like a 1 hour.
On Bitcoin?
I mean, 1 hour, right? So we got 4 minutes left. We're putting a massive volume candle. So this is the type of candle that would suggest continuation, bearish continuation.
What does the wick tell you?
It's not really that long compared to the size of the body. Like this suggests bearish continuation. So that's, I mean, it doesn't mean bulls can't rally, but this, what I'm seeing right now, I think it's going to retest that low and probably go lower. Just my initial feeling.
On the hourly,
You have
Chad.
to look at volume. Like volume is everything, right? Like so for me, 1 hour is like the shortest amount that I'm willing to look out and give some significance to. I know 15 minute, all joking aside, 15 minute maybe if you're like quick flipping. But if I want to get the direction, I'm trying to figure out the direction, right? How momentum, how something's moving, right?
Chad's
Yeah,
on our
hour, yeah.
Chad's on the hourly RSI is at 12. What does that tell you? I mean, we haven't been. We were at a 14 mid September. We were at a 9 early September.
Well, that's the question. I want to know what's behind this because, like, market can be irrational, right?
Yeah.
And gravity can be defied. So, like, what's behind this? Is what I want to know that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that. So there might be something we don't know.
Also, we can tend.
This is just continuation. There's no question.
Remember, on the RSIs, we can put in higher RSIs and lower prices. So a bottoming RSI does not mean a bottoming price. We've seen many times where the price drops lower as the RSI drops higher. That suggests we're getting closer to
a hidden bearish continuation.
Well, yes, but it's also showing
higher high in the oscillator.
Right, but on short term, it could be a sense that we're getting closer to a bottoming. But I'm saying is that we can still get higher in our RSI and still drop a lot lower in our price action. So a bottoming in RSI does not necessarily mean that a bottoming in a price action is currently happening.
But it does mean it's more. It's like more. Its natural state is more prone to bounce.
Yeah, and again, we talk about faith. Like this is a move here where we have to find a conviction that this is a value area to load up. How many times, and I'll just use Chad's, I'll use Litecoin as an example because you mentioned it earlier. How many times can 50 on Litecoin's daily, be tested before we're in the 40s? And then that even feels like, it's too expensive in the 40s.
Well, you're still waiting for what, 38, right?
I'm waiting for like $12. I'll buy it at $12 to be the good.
We're not talking about baseball cards here,
Yeah.
right?
We're putting in we're putting in still a higher low from our mid seven on our daily mid September we did 47, okay. The daily mid August we did 49, 47. Now we're at 51.
Yeah. No, yeah. Look, you could still. Okay, so I said inverted head and shoulders. You could still do a three rivers triple or a triple bottom.
Yeah, I get.
Nice
Yeah.
Three like rounded bottoms.
We both like rounded bottoms, and this is basically three of them.
That's
true. So all right, listen, guys. We've been on for about 45 minutes here. Let's kind of wrap up. Just again, what we're seeing here. We wanted to come live, talk to 263 of our closest friends. Just real quick shout out to the chat room here. We got Drumbolt, Spencer Nelson Band. What's up? Yeah, listen, Jane says stocks continue to tank. Tomorrow's equities in the U.S. market, I still feel, I know we don't agree with this, but I feel, again, it's about sentiment. If you're an investor, if you're a trader, okay, you're trading Bitcoin, you're trading futures, you're trading stocks, you're doing maybe options trading, okay, you're going where the money flow is, okay. Remember, money can be made on both sides of this market, okay.
What if you're investing and you want to invest in Bitcoin for the long run? You think anything in the sixes is good in the long run?
Bitcoin's a different beast. If you want to think about Bitcoin, Bitcoin can still be cut in half, okay? And if Bitcoin gets cut in half because of areas of...
But isn't supply drying up in the long run?
It depends. We're still seeing a bearish divergence, not bearish divergence, but continued bearishness on our higher time frame OBVs, and I think the bigger question is, our bull run of 2017, 2018 was the most epic ever in the history of tradable assets. I mean, it still is.
Other than the
The
tulip run
tulip
of
thing was a close second, right?
1888.
Tulips in the Mississippi thing, and silver from the 70s or something, and whatnot. The Nasdaq.com and this and that, and
That's.com, you said?
yeah, and also
That's true. That's true.
but listen, I'm still a firm believer. And listen, Cheds, like we've
Yeah.
seen this in our OTC trading days when parabolic moves happen. Um, they just tend to give it all back, and there's so much
Right.
areas of lack of retest as strong, real strong support areas that I feel are still
So
sub
many of
5K.
those though, we see them have like other bounces, right? The
Yeah.
other bounces, right?
Well, from here to there, there's opportunities for sure where you can make profits on extreme areas of oversold or overbought conditions.
Right. Like
Even
on
with,
hourly RSIs below 10 or 12.
right, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Remember, guys, even with this bear break here, and yes, this is a bear break, we are still technically holding higher lows. And until that changes, there's still a chance for the Bulls to continue to build on whatever this hold of 6K is. But I have been for many months now under the assumption that lower areas are yet to be tested, and we know how much, manipulation we've seen the
Wait,
exchanges
is
to.
that the Tone Vays school's thought?
Well, it's not just him. It's the whole idea of chart TA and the fact that we ripped from 2,000 to 20,000 very quickly, and we've only corrected down to 6,000. We still have a lot of
Right.
correction from literally 2K to 4K that has barely been touched, and I feel that's where we're eventually headed
Mm-hmm.
because the market needs to know a bottom is in before higher highs can be set and people can feel comfortable to hold longer term. Every
Mm-hmm.
time you've held longer term, you've gotten wrecked. Okay.
Well, what about that? Didn't I just point out that friend of mine who's an excellent trader who said he's like, oh, hey, I haven't talked about Bitcoin in a while, but man, the chart looks good. It's tightening, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
You know,
that's a good point because tightening charts suggest volatility, and volatility brings in traders and brings in scalpers and brings in the kind of people you like to see pulling money and flowing money flow into the market. Okay, so listen, there's nothing about this move that says it's really over yet, but short-term scalps, because of our oversold conditions, are still available to be taken advantage of. Just keep them tight, people. Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
And listen, catching knives is a dangerous game. Uh, Chad's, I threw him a knife once. He tried to catch it, didn't go
Yeah.
so well. So listen, it's a very
Yeah.
dangerous game for people. So Chad's, any final words here before we say goodnight to the people?
Yeah, that farm animal you
Uh,
accidentally killed when you threw that knife. I think we should still mention her name, Betsy.
oh well, listen, she fed us for all winter, right?
Hey, good show, man. You got what, 250 people? It's really good. I get like maybe 80, and I'm feeling good on my show. Oh, by the way, that's Chad's Trading on YouTube, folks. Anyway, thanks, my man. Appreciate it.
Chad, thanks so much for calling this evening, guys. Remember, you guys can follow him on Twitter. He's Big Cheds. Guys, listen, be safe out there. These are times here where unexpected things can happen. We've mapped out, okay, the bearish break here, okay? Until we really break bearish, we don't have to start talking about those areas just yet. What does, for me personally, what does a real bear break mean? And honestly, a break of 6,100, a break of, if we start seeing a 5,900 and something again, that's really scary for me. I feel that really puts the 5Ks back in play. And from there, who knows what could possibly happen. We're tight on so many indicators on higher time frame. That means that a lot of crazy volatility can happen that isn't completely outside of the standard deviation. I'm watching this support line here, still holding barely. Today's candle is going to be significant. Once again, guys, 242 of our closest fans tonight. Thank you so much. How about some thumbs up on this? I appreciate it. Okay, guys, remember you can follow me on Twitter. I am at Big Chonis. I will keep you guys posted on the events here. Until then, for me, for Big Cheds, thank you so much for joining us. We will catch you guys later. Talk to you soon. Peace out and be safe here.